Now at 6 and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, the Mexican drug cartel responsible for the recent murders releasing an apology letter.
A hearing held today in a Galveston County court regarding the Santa Fe high school shooter.
And a couple in Washington found dead after being shot by a Texas stalker. We have that story straight ahead.
Well, the weekend is upon us. I'm sure you've got plans for the weekends. Lots of sunshine, some warm weather. I'll have your 7-day forecast coming up.
And the Victoria West boys have a title on the line. We'll hear from the coach in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Don Brubaker.
And I'm Karina Garcia.
Dimitrios Pagortzis is charged with murdering 8 classmates, 2 educators, and wounding several others during a rampage at Santa Fe High School in May 2018. On Friday, a judge and attorneys in a Galveston County court held the first hearing since the case stalled in 2019 after the defendant was declared incompetent to stand trial. In the hearing, the judge ordered more testing and a later date will be scheduled for a status report. Pagortzis was not in the courtroom. He remains in a North Texas state hospital as doctors work to restore his competency. Mexican authorities arrest 5 people Friday in connection with the deadly kidnapping of 4 Americans in that country last week.
The Mexican drug cartel believed to be responsible for this attack releasing an apology letter claiming their members went against their own cartel rules.
These are the 4 Americans who were kidnapped in Matamoros, Mexico, where only 2 of them survived. The father of one of the victims killed, still trying to make sense of it.
That was hard for me to see those videos and see them drag and throw it on the back of the vehicle, you know. And it was like God was preparing me already to know that, you know, it was probably the worst.
According to images circulating online and a version of the letter obtained from an official familiar with the ongoing investigation, the cartel believed responsible has turned 5 of their own members over to Mexican authorities, along with making a public apology, saying in part, the Gulf Cartel Scorpion Group strongly condemns the events of last Friday. Going on to say, for this reason, we decided to hand over those directly involved and responsible for the acts who at all times acted under their own determination and in discipline and against the rules in which the Gulf Cartel always operates. The official says U.S. and Mexican authorities believe the letter is authentic but doubt the sincerity of the group's apology. U.S. Ambassador to Mexico Ken Salazar says he's proud of the law enforcement collaboration between both countries.
We have a very significant operation underway that will continue until we find those who are responsible.
Friday's arrest of 5 suspects brings the total to 6 people so far linked to the kidnapping and the deaths of 2 Americans. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
The bodies of Americans Shaeed Woodard and Zindell Brown have been turned over to U.S. diplomatic agents. Survivors Eric Williams and Latavia Washington McGee are back in the United States.
And so to add to this story, authorities in Mexico have arrested 5 additional suspects in connection to the kidnappings of the 4 Americans. This all comes after the Gulf Cartel issued that letter apologizing for the incident, which left the 2 victims dead. Now, as we just saw, the letter is believed to be authentic. The cartel said it would hand over to authorities 5 of its own members who were involved in the kidnapping and murders. However, it has not yet been confirmed that the men shown here include the ones referenced in the letter. And now let's take a quick pause from the news and go to the weather with Chief Meteorologist Mac Bettis.
You can call me anything, but late for dinner, okay?
But late for dinner.
Good evening, everyone. We had a pretty nice day out there. The temperature actually dropped a little bit, and even the humidity lowered a little bit. What happened? The winds changed. However, the weekend's going to be warm, and then we're hoping for a little cooler weather coming in for next week. All those details coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Mac. Texas added almost 49,000 jobs in January. It's the 16th straight record employment high. But the Texas unemployment rate increased to 3.9%, still remaining below 4% since March of last year. Victoria's unemployment rate rising to 4.3%. That is a rise of 0.8% over just a month ago. Still lower than the 5.2% unemployment rate of January 2022. The Texas Tribune has a story about an ex-husband who is suing 3 women who assisted in his ex-wife's abortion by helping her obtain abortion medication. Marcus Silva claims his ex-wife conspired with her friends to illegally obtain the medication.
And so the lawsuit claims assisting a self-managed abortion qualifies as murder under Texas state law, which allows Sylvia to sue under the wrongful death statute. And this brings us to your viewer poll this evening. Do you support the state's wrongful death statute when it comes to self-managed abortions? Yes or no? We take a look at those results, and 39% say yes and 61% say no. We want to keep on hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate, and we will have an update on 25 News Now at 10.
A man in the Houston area charged with kidnapping after authorities say he held a woman captive.
The woman spent years inside a locked trailer in North Harris County.
Tonight, the door at number 147 is still chained. Burglar bars remain on some of the windows, and plywood covers the square that was cut open last night. Investigators with the Harris County Sheriff's Office allege that this is where a woman had been held captive for years.
Next person up is Abraham Bravo Segura.
42-year-old Abraham Segura is now charged with her kidnapping.
I just would like to defend myself because the story is just like one-sided.
Segura spoke up during his first court hearing today, the hearing officer having to explain that this setting was not the right time for his defense. Probable cause was already found. For bond, the state laid out the allegations.
The defendant had kept the complainant locked inside a trailer for approximately 4 years.
How many years?
The DM said four. Yes.
She said all the exits to the trailer at 700 West Greens Road were blocked. There were burglar bars on the windows and 3 handguns found inside. And last night, after bolt cutters didn't work on the padlock, the fire department had to use power tools to cut through the bars to gain entry to get her out. According to court records, she was able to use a phone to call for help while Segura was at work. She told deputies he held her at gunpoint and threatened to kill her. Multiple cameras are mounted on the home. Segura, a barber and tattoo artist, clearly was in disagreement with the claims,
So can I defend myself?
asking more than once if he could tell his side.
We're not going to argue about the facts of the case today because it's not going to change my mind on what probable cause is.
Instead, Segura got a court-appointed attorney, $150,000 bond, and house arrest if he's able to post it. Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
A married couple in Seattle-Tacoma, Washington were found dead in their home.
Investigators say the suspect reportedly a stalker from Texas.
May never know why somebody would do this.
On a quiet residential street in Redmond, gunfire erupts overnight. 3 people now dead after a potential stalker breaks into this home.
They said that he was stalking her, so there has certainly been a history.
Redmond police say the shooter is a 38-year-old truck driver from Texas. He had a no-contact order filed against him from the woman living here.
This is just a tragic situation that we don't often see that in Redmond.
Her mom was the one who called 911. She managed to escape and run for help.
He had an altercation with the mother. Sounds like he shoved her, and then she was able to escape to the neighbors.
Her 35-year-old husband, shot in the chest, found dead on the front lawn.
And this is just a really unfortunate event that happened, and I'm not sure what could make someone do that, to be honest.
Cuero's in the middle of celebrating its 150th anniversary. This is a big year for the gobbler capital of the world. The major celebration comes up on Saturday, March 25th, with so many events planned for downtown Cuero, including a farmer's market, live concerts, and a car show. Cuero Mayor Sarah Post-Meyer told us how excited they are about this major milestone.
The month of March is extremely important for us because that's the first month that the train arrived from Indianola, and so an influx of about 600 families, and they were able then to buy their lots for their businesses and their residences. And then of course in April we'll be celebrating the fact that we were incorporated by the state of Texas.
Residents from Indianola settled in Cuero in the 1870s and 1880s after major hurricanes in that period destroyed sizable portions of Indianola. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 6. Police in South Florida discover 5 people dead inside a Miami Lake house.
Also ahead, video captures a man dumping his dog along a lone road in Dallas.
DirecTV with a 2-year price guarantee. Lax has been serving Texas families since 1935, and we're celebrating our 88th year with store-wide savings of 10 to 50%. Plus, get no interest financing for up to 60 months. The 88th anniversary sale going on now at Lax.
This week's Lean On Me $500 giveaway is brought to you by Victory Kia. Our drive is to help the community thrive.
I'm Troy York, the General Manager of Victory Kia, and this is Darlene Chavez. She's the winner of our $500 today on Lean On Me. Darlene, what are you going to use the $500 for?
To help catch up on Kevin's Plaza. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Make sure you visit Victory Kia or Victory GMC and nominate somebody for Lean On Me today.
You or someone you know could be our next $500 winner. Go to Victory Kia or Victory Buick GMC to drop off your entry in the Lean On Me drop box with your story and contact info. Go to crossroadstoday.com/leanonme for more info or to enter online.
It would appear that the butler did it. But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event end. Now that's a killer deal. Good thing this Rogue has a VC turbo engine, unlike RAV4.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Catch these offers while you can.
Police in South Florida are trying to piece together what happened after 5 people were found dead inside a Miami lake house. Friday morning, police received a call from a relative trying to locate a loved one. But when police arrived at the house, no one responded. That's when an officer crawled through a window. The officer found 3 females and 2 males dead from apparent gunshot wounds. Investigators say it appears this was a murder-suicide. Now, you hear about dogs being dumped on the streets all the time, and it's an awful thing to do, but in Dallas, a man was caught on tape doing this exact thing.
Dallas police and the Dowdy Ferry Animal Commission are asking for the public's help to find the latest suspect who dumped a dog along a notorious stretch of road in southern Dallas.
The traffic on Dowdy Ferry Road passes a series of cameras, some obvious, some hidden, to capture and stop crimes like this. His name is Sebastian Acosta. He dumped and killed 2 puppies here 2 years ago. The cameras helped get a 6-year prison sentence.
One of thousands of stories that we're lucky to be told.
And Wednesday night, another story, another dog. A man in an older model white Chevy SUV parks on the side of the road near Dowdy Ferry and Tea Garden Road. He opens the tailgate and lets an adult German Shepherd mix out of the back. Someone yells at him from across the street, but he ignores it, gets back in his SUV as the dog follows him to his driver's side door, and then he simply drives away with that dog chasing him down Tea Garden Road, narrowly avoiding getting hit by other passing cars.
I mean, that was an intentional dump, and he did not want to be caught, and he did not want that dog. He made that clear. Just a puppy.
The only good news so far is that the dog was rescued and is in the custody of Dallas Animal Services.
Good boy, come on.
But Dallas police are looking for the suspect. The crime is a Class A misdemeanor.
A crime like this is more one of those that, it's so random that, that we need the public's help when they see something like in this case.
It makes me sick to my stomach when I see people that will take the time to take their dog, drive out here, and just throw it out like trash, like Dowdy Ferry is known for.
Affectionate Arms Giving Day, keeping the family together longer, is Friday, March 17th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The 25 News Now team and I will be live from Affectionate Arms to receive your donations. They need monetary donations, office supplies like copy paper, water, games, gift cards, cleaning supplies, and indoor and outdoor plants. Affectionate Arms can be reached at 361-578-9067. Their email address is affectionatearms@sbcglobal.net. We hope you'll join us.
What day is that, Don? Because I'm supposed to join you.
Next Friday, a week from today, Mac.
Okay, a week from today, we're all going to be there.
I'll give you directions. I'll see you there.
They didn't say anything about older clothes, right?
Did not hear that from
all
them.
right, so
yes, we met with them today.
supplies.
Did not hear.
Y'all could
Supplies
go in the same car.
Sure, and it's
Save gas.
important because as you know, the elderly population, they need a place to go. Otherwise, if we sit home all alone, we don't want that. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Sun's going down. Right now, sundown is what, about 6:30? Next week, it'll be about 7:30 as we get into daylight saving time. We'll be talking more about your weekend forecast in just a moment. Stay tuned.
News Center 25 at 6 and 10 is also heard on KVNN 1340 AM, Victoria's News Network.
This is a meal worth sharing. Right now, get 4 hot and spicy McChicken sandwiches, 20-piece chicken McNuggets, and a basket of fries for $15.99. Only at McDonald's.
Navarro Small Animal Clinic provides exceptional veterinary care in the Crossroads with complete veterinary services for your pet's wellness, including ultrasound, digital x-rays, and in-house laboratory. Navarro Small Animal Clinic, serving Victoria and surrounding communities with comprehensive veterinary care. Our goal is to provide complete care for your pets. Dr. Shayna Boak and her staff at Navarro Small Animal Clinic welcomes your pets Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at 5009 Country Club Drive.
This is Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. So get into Ford Truck Month, Texas, and see what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock. Drive Ford F-150 with 0.9% for 60 months, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days, plus complimentary maintenance.
Welcome back, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Maclovio Perez here to give you your weekend forecast. Look at that. We got up to 82 today, and we had been in the upper 80s for a couple of weeks. What happened? A little front sort of made it through the area, but even that 82 is well above normal. We are only supposed to be in the low 70s. That's the 30-year average for this time of year. We've been as warm as 90, but I'm not ready for 90s. I mean, it's bad enough with 80s, but 90s will be soon enough. Taking a look at the temperatures around the region, we're looking at 76 up in Hallettsville. George West up there on 37 at 80 degrees. San Antonio is at 78. There are the areas where they had actually some cooler weather. Remember yesterday we were talking about 50s up in Dallas? Well, that's when the front came through. It fell apart somewhere right about here, but you can see that we got a little bit of a break. Even 78 in San Antonio is not bad. Houston at 79. Oh my gosh, it's actually cold there. We are, of course, waiting for the next big thing. That front was not really scheduled for us. We weren't invited to that one. The next big thing is coming from the West Coast. Now, here's the interesting thing. The drought monitor comes out every Thursday, so we wanted to update you. There's a little bit of a break for some areas right here in the Crossroads, and even the coastal areas were still short, but not too bad. When I say too bad, look at this, extreme, and that's where? In the hill country. And now here's the other question. Where do all of our rivers start? In the hill country. So if our rivers start here and there's no rain up there, our rivers will be running low. So if you're wondering, hey, we got some rain, how come the river's so down? Well, that's the reason for it, and we need to get something going up for the hill country as well. So we look at your Saturday. You get up in the morning, will be about 70 with some clouds and fog. By noontime, 82, lots of sun, and then lots of sun and gusty winds in the afternoon hours up to about 85. That's for your Saturday. Sunday may be a tad warmer, and this is why we are waiting for the next big storm. Now, here's our little front that fell apart. A couple of days out here, and then we watch that system. That is a powerful storm coming at us from the west coast. As it breaks out from the Rockies, it'll be a big snowmaker and rainmaker for the Central Plains, and this front will actually make it down to our area. I'm very certain, positive, or enthusiastic that it'll make it through because it's going to turn the winds around to the north on Monday morning. And finally, we get a nice little break in the temperature department because it's getting fewer and fewer that we're going to get any frontal systems. And then the irony of it all, there's another front behind that. And I thought we were pretty much done, but apparently not completely. There's your marine forecast for those of you headed out to the coast. We are looking afternoon winds to kick up to about 10 to 20 knots, and we're looking at 1 to 3 foot seas, slightly choppy. So tonight, very pleasant evening. In fact, the humidity is a little lower than it had been, and we're looking at for low 70s right about now. Tomorrow morning, we'll get down to 68 degrees, and your afternoon temperature, like I said, up to about 85. Sunday may be a tad warmer. We'll get up to maybe 85, 86, and that's because we're going to pick up a west wind before the north wind comes in. And look at the temperature on Monday. Not bad, 68 degrees with some clouds, and then we'll stay in the 70s for most of spring break. Unbelievable. That's your 7-day forecast. Just want to remind everybody to get our QR code. Take a scan with your phone of that square, and that will put Crossroads Today right on your phone, and you can get your news, weather, and sport wherever you are on this coming weekend. That's your 7-day forecast. Now we'll toss it back to Karina.
Thanks, Mac. And now here's sports reporter Zach Brown.
Thank you, Karina. The Cowboys have reworked some contracts. We'll have that coming up in sports.
Do you have questions about changes in the tax code? Ask Alexander and Mark, Victoria's full-time tax professionals. Fast, friendly service for all your tax needs. Alexander and Mark, CPAs, 3205 East Mockingbird, your year-round tax professionals.
Victory GMC is the favorite in the Crossroads because our staff has years of experience and they know how to make their customers smile.
Walter Dixon, 32 years.
Lena Briggs, 38 years.
Jose Garza, 24 years.
Jake Hargis, 23 years.
Houston Polyver, 3 years.
Come let the right people give you a world-class buying experience. We think you'll call it Victory.
The Kiwanis Club has been serving the youth in Victoria since 1946, and we're excited to invite you to our 3rd annual Kids Fest from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on March 25th at First English Lutheran Church, featuring Brother Gary Moses, Stephanie Ross and the Southern Drive Band, Take 3 Jazz, inflatables, food trucks, YMCA activities, Children's Discovery Museum, Texas Zoo, East Baseball Team, VPD Bike Rodeo, City of Victoria Pop-Up Park, and more. Don't miss our 3rd annual Fun-Free Kids Fest on March 25th because kids matter at Kiwanis, sponsored in part by the Victoria Television Group.
Gifts, gifts, and more gifts. Come to the homestead and leave with the perfect gift for everyone and every occasion.
It's tax time, and for years, Victoria has trusted Alexander and Marek. Get your refund fast, do electronic filing, or file an extension. Alexander and Marek can do it all. Alexander and Marek, CPAs at 3205 East Mockingbird.
Good evening, Crossroads. Tonight is the night the Victoria West boys have a shot to win district against Flower Bluff. They have already played them once and beat them 1-0, but they know Bluff wants its revenge and West simply wants the district title.
What we've been fighting for this entire year, and it culminates to this last game, trying to get that district championship against a pretty good opponent, you know, that we've already beaten before but can't take lightly.
They finished in 6th last year, which goes to show you what hard work can do for you. Go pack the stands at 7:30 in Memorial Stadium as the boys look to bring home the district championship. In baseball, the West Warriors up bright and early this morning, beating the Beeville Trojans 2-0, their second game of their day tonight at 7 against San Antonio Homeschool. He played quarterback at Victoria High School, gave Bailey Zappi his shot in college, and is now back in Victoria. Everything has come full circle for new Victoria East head coach Charlie Reeve. His Titans have begun working out before spring break, and needless to say, he has been impressed with his boys.
Right now, we've kind of laid the foundation for how we operate. And so our next phase, we're about to start here and start getting into more of our football stuff. But really excited about where we are, and I'm excited about the future.
He says his upperclassmen have bought in and have brought the energy. The East Titans baseball team has been on a roll lately, winning 6-1 over San Antonio Homeschool, and then this morning beating the Tomball Kings 12-0. They are currently taking on Pleasanton. We'll have the final score from that game later this evening. UHV softball in action today for an away doubleheader. They took the first game of that doubleheader by a score of 2-1. First baseman Allison Snedeker had 2 of the 5 hits and scored an unearned run to help push the Jags past Southwest in the first game. In the second game, they would go on to win 3-2 with all 3 runs coming in the first inning. The Dallas Cowboys have cleared nearly $30 million worth of cap space today because they have restructured the contracts of Zach Martin and Dak Prescott. Number of years on their deals remain the same. However, Prescott is entering the 3rd year of his 4-year, $160 million deal, which runs through the 2024 season. On a night where the number 1 ranked Houston Cougars shot just 28% from the field, they still found a way to win, beating ECU today by a score of 60-46. The Cougars get the Cincinnati Bearcats for the 3rd time this year in the AAC semifinals. The Cougs have won the previous 2 games against them this year. And huge news, the Bears have traded the 1st overall pick to the Panthers. In return, the Bears get 4 picks, including pick 9 in Carolina's 1st rounder next year. They also get Justin Fields, some receiver help, adding DJ Moore. The Panthers more than likely taking one of those quarterbacks off the board. Donna Karina, back to you.
Zach, thank you. We're back in a moment. A Korean War hero missing in action for decades was buried today.
There have been ups and downs over the last couple of years, but we persevered and kept moving forward.
And it has been awesome to see our community staying strong and working together when we need each other.
We want to encourage you to keep strong, but also know that when life puts you in a difficult situation, our law firm is here to help.
We are proud Texans who have each other's back.
So from all of us here at Cole, Easley, and Skiba, we want to express our deep gratitude to our community and encourage you all to stay strong.
Hello, I'm Karina Garcia, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me August 19th to the 28th as we explore Bryce, Zion, and the Grand Canyon. Immerse yourself in the scenic beauty of 4 iconic national parks. Enjoy sweeping panoramas and otherworldly rock formations in these one-of-a-kind locations. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword KAVU, for more information.
This Sunday, it's the event of the year, the Oscars on ABC, with performances by Rihanna, David Byrne, Stephanie Hsu and Sun Lux, Lenny Kravitz, Diane Warren with Sophia Carson, Raul Sapligan, Caleb Arriva, and more, with awards for the greatest dream makers of the year.
The Oscars. And the Oscar goes to...
Jimmy Kimmel hosts the Oscars, live Sunday on ABC.
Get DirecTV with a 2-year price guarantee.
Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
Finally tonight, the remains of a Korean War veteran, Sergeant Charles Garrigus, missing in action for 70 years, were identified. He was laid to rest Friday in Indiana. Over a series of 5 days in the Korean War, Garrigus is credited with 3 heroic acts that helped save others. Garrigus received the Distinguished Service Cross for his efforts. The medal was later presented to Garrigus's parents, and according to those officials up there, apparently Sergeant Garrigus was killed when he was shot while in the truck trying to get away. Hero That is the definition of hero right there. And it took 70 years to find his body, have it returned back from North Korea, but it did, and he was buried today in Indiana.
That's incredible. Incredible story.
Amazing forensics to identify through probably DNA.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
With DNA these days, DNA these days, you can find anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a nice weekend?
I think it's going to be a spectacular weekend, Don. It's going to be weekends are always good, you know.
I'm told that, yes.
This one's going to be good. We'll be about 85 tomorrow, a little on the warm side. Remember that Saturday night we spring forward. Sunday's still on the warm side, just in touch for everybody. But then the frontal system comes in late Sunday night, probably early Monday morning. You'll feel a north wind blowing in, and it's going to get down to 68 degrees, and the wind chilled is going to make it feel like 66 or something like that. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice and spring-like with temperatures in the mid-70s through the week. In fact, we have a second front coming in probably 7 days from now. So that is your 7-day forecast.
You know why the temperature is dropping like that on Monday?
Why?
It's spring break. It always does at the start of spring break. Yes.
We always get the coldest weather of the season for spring break. This one,
imperfect timing.
Chilly.
Thank you, Mac, and thanks for joining us. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 Crossroads Today Plus.
And we hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 10.